Blue Sox winning yesterday in their first extra inning game of the season. Now, two things to consider from yesterday as well. Number one, even though it's at McKenzie Stadium, Valley was technically the road team because of the Upper Valley Nighthawks Stadium being used for Vermont high school baseball playoffs. And number two, for those Nighthawks, it was only game two. They've had 3 rainouts and 2 days off in the first week of the NECBL season. Meanwhile, for the Blue Sox, Greg Shaw got started on the mound, was phenomenal. 4 innings, 1 earned run. The offense picked him up, especially in the late innings, including a 2-run double by Justin Butler, the first baseman, who was also phenomenal in the field. The bullpen, in addition to that, threw 6 shutout innings, now riding an 11-inning scoreless streak out of the pen after a rough start to the year. On this pregame show, we're going to have Justin Butler, as we mentioned, who was great at the plate and in the field as well. Jax Traeger, who came in for the 2-inning victory out of the pen, will be here, and Coach Charlie Ludwig on the Valley Blue Sox pregame show. Here on the Valley Blue Sox pregame show, to my left is Justin Butler, first baseman yesterday, had a huge 2-run double in the extra innings. Justin, rough start to the year at the plate. You got a few hits getting it going now. Having that hit, what does that mean for your confidence going towards the rest of the season?
It helps me a lot, honestly. Just trying to stay with my approach. I know I've been struggling a lot to start the season, but, baseball is just a mental game. You can't try and change anything. My swing's what's got me here in the first place, so I just got to trust it, and it came out and helped us a lot yesterday.
Now, you've also made a lot of great plays at first base defensively so far this year. You had a few nice plays there yesterday. Defensively, is that something you take a lot of pride in? Because obviously first base, not a primary defensive spot, but you've been phenomenal over there.
Yeah, I definitely take a lot of pride in it. I mean, pitchers are always doing their jobs, getting ground balls for us and everything. And, the more I can help them out, the better. Helps out the team as well.
That's awesome. And being here so far, your first season with Valley, how's it been so far adjusting to playing summer ball with all the guys and now in week 2 of the season?
It's great. This is my first summer ball season ever, and I'm trying to take everything as it comes. It's been a great time. The guys are awesome. I love them. It's a lot of fun, bus trips and everything, and just hanging out pregame and even getting workouts and lifting. It's been a great time. Everything I could ask for.
Do you have anything personally you've been trying to work on? Obviously, getting wins is the number one thing for Valley, but for you personally, what are you trying to get out of this season?
Honestly, just get better so I can take it into my next season. But, you got to worry about the summer season right now. Just take it as it comes.
And finally, what do you think of the All Blues? I've asked a few guys. I think they're the best uniforms in the league, but what are your thoughts on them?
I personally love them, too. I love throwing them on every single home game we have.
That's awesome. Justin Butler here, 2 RBI double yesterday to seal the deal in that extra inning victory. Second player interview here on the Valley Blue Sox pregame show. I got the guy who got the win yesterday out of the bullpen, Jax Traeger out of TCU. And Jax, you looked phenomenal out of the bullpen. We talked about it a little bit before we went live here. Your role in the bullpen, is that something that you've grown to really like, being in those high-pressure situations?
Yeah, it's fun just knowing that I don't have to go out there for a long period of time, and I can just kind of blow it out while I'm out there and give all my energy into that one little outing. So that was good.
And you're really 90-92 yesterday. You got an explosive fastball. Do you attribute that more to your throwing program, strength program, or is it really just a combination of everything?
Oh, it's definitely a combination of everything. Everything's important, especially in college baseball, and I try to take everything super seriously so that I can come out on the field as best as it can.
Now, you play at TCU with Jack Bassier, who's on the team here. Is it good having a guy here that you're familiar with, that you played college ball with in the spring in summer ball?
Yeah, because I know that I got a guy that trusts me, and I trust him, and his abilities can help me win as well.
And what are you trying to get out of this summer personally, as far as, getting better from when you came here in early June to when you leave at the season's conclusion?
Yeah, just getting a lot of in-game opportunities, because you can't really replace real baseball with anything, and it's just fun being out here and having this be like a time to work on things and get lots of reps.
And the coaching staff here, how have they helped you so far? Again, only about a week and a half into the season, but what have you taken away the most from the coaching staff here in Valley?
They're really passionate about this whole organization and the league and stuff like that, and so it's really easy to play behind them because they know that they trust in their guys.
And in between appearances, obviously if you're a starter, you kind of have a set schedule, but in the bullpen, in a relief role like yourself, is it kind of hard to develop that schedule, and how do you go about doing that?
Yeah, it's a little different just because I got to be careful managing my workload on a week-to-week basis, but I feel like I have a good idea of how to kind of do that, especially since I'm hopefully getting to do it more often now, and I'm getting used to it.
Absolutely. Jax Traeger, 2-inning victory yesterday out of the bullpen, pitched phenomenally in that extra innings victory for Valley. And your time as a player, now a coach, what are the biggest differences you've seen in the organization so far with your time at Valley?
Oh my gosh, it's grown ever since Matt took over the ownership. We got the locker room now, we got plenty of gear, we have a great facility that we have access to out of here, like 10 minutes away. This place has everything you need, and It didn't quite have that when I was here. It just, when I was here, the coaches were amazing, the owners were amazing, great host families. It's really the perfect spot for a summer ball team, and it's just, you can just see how it's gotten better, and it's definitely going to continue to get better.
And what's some of the wisdom, if you will, you've passed down to these players? You've been here literally in their shoes. What are some of the things you told them as far as, just getting through the grind of summer ball?
Yeah, you got to keep your body fresh, get in the weight room, obviously, hydrate. You got to focus on your eating because you're not just here to play, right? You're here to develop, to get stronger, and really just get better in every way. And then, when it's easy for, I was a hitter, so talking to the hitters, you can see them just kind of try to do a little more or, expect to have this great success that they had at school and bring it here and immediately make an impact like they did. And, with the wood bat and you're facing awesome pitching here, every single game, it doesn't let up. The pitching is great, so it's you see them struggle a little bit and they start to try to change something or whatever, but they just need to stick to who they are. I went through that a little bit, and you just got to, they're all so talented, so they just need to stick to who they are, stick to what makes them successful, and just not try to do too much, just trust in the process. The success is going to come for them. So, yeah.
And staying on the topic of these groups of this group of guys here, what's one word you would say to describe this group of guys that you have here in 2024?
Man, I'm not sure yet. I'll have to catch me later with that. We have the good character guys. I mean, when we show up to the field every day, they're not only do they set up the field, and do their jobs, which everybody's assigned to do something like wheel the turtle out for BP or set up a mat, and they do their job, and then they go ahead and find something else that they can help with. So, I mean, it's just a bunch of high character guys, and then you can tell they really want to win and they take it serious. So, I'm not sure about one word, what word would describe that, but catch me later. I'll be thinking about that one.
So this interview to be continued with Charlie Ludwig. We're going to get that word later in the season. Charlie, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
So there you have it on the Valley Blue Sox pregame show. You saw a few players and a coach as well. Again, Valley won their first extra inning victory game yesterday, 4-1 the final in 10 innings over the Upper Valley Nighthawks. Interesting game. Valley was technically the road team, even though the game was here at Mackenzie Stadium. They try to come back today. They're on a winning streak, trying to make it 3 in a row against the North Adams Steeplecats. I'm Oliver Shack. I'll be on the call on ESPN+. Thank you so much for tuning in on the Valley Blue Sox pregame show.